Hi guys and welcome to another Train Sim 2021 video. Today we are taking a look at the Erewash Valley route that's just been released by Just Trains. It's literally come out last couple of hours, so I thought get in there, get a video done, get it out for you. I've been held up a lot for videos last week. I've actually had a pretty bad cold and it was alright for streams so I could sort of get away with it. I'm still not 100% with my voice, but videos just sound rubbish. So I've recorded loads and they were all pony, so I haven't uploaded them. Right. That bit out of the way, let's get on with this. So we'll start the scenario, pick up our passengers, do our bits and pieces. We'll have a read through the manual, usual way of doing it. It is a first look video, guys, remember, so it is what my initial thoughts. It's not me looking through it in detail and reviewing it. It's just my initial thoughts of what I'm seeing so far. Right, okay, let's get going with the train. We're in a 222, so afternoon driver, you are working 1 Foxtrot 30 bound for Sheffield. You'll be diverted via the Erewash Valley route due to the ongoing works that are currently taking place at Derby. To upgrade the station and track infrastructure, you're to call at Leicester, Chesterfield and Sheffield. So this was set in 2018, I think it said. I haven't got controller cam on because it's a first look video. Quite a few people wanted me just to do first look videos without controller cam, so it is off for that. I am using the combined traction brake controller, the ACS one, TS controllers one. It's not out yet, so don't worry, it's still work in progress. We want to make sure it's perfect before we launch with that. So you will get the updates when the PBC is ready as soon as we know about it. Also using door control panel. I won't actually touch the side panel, which is the 66 one, but anyway, right. First things first, coming to Leicester. So we should have seen this bit the last time round. So just to give you a quick overview, I'll give you what the introduction says. This route is an extension for the Just Trains Midland Main Line, Derby, Nottingham, Leicester extension route, which must be installed in Train Simulator for the route to display and operate correctly. The line branches off the Midland Main Line at Claycross Junction, heading south. It is approximately 23 miles in length and includes a section from Trowell Junction to Mansfield Junction via Radford Junction. Sorry, I've put my brake on a bit hard there. I knew I had a 15, not a 3. This section is used by passenger service to and from Nottingham. Also included is the freight line to Thomson via Sandy Acre. Oh, excellent. I'm looking forward to getting out that sort of way with some freight. The route includes stations at Alfreton, Langley Mill, Ilkeston, as well as being used for passenger service. The route carries large amounts of freight to the yards of Towton. It is the second busiest freight line in the East Midlands. The Erewash Valley route is quick drive enabled and includes numerous new custom assets. 16 standard scenarios are included that require additional payware add-ons to run, and 12 standard scenarios which are provided only require the European Loco asset pack and default stock with Train Simulator. So it's, yeah, Claycross Junction, Alfreton, Langley Mill, Ilkeston, Trowell Junction, and then 2 from Towton as well. I don't know if anything's changed. Let's have a little look. I know there was a few bits that were slightly odd, just a bit overly bright, but that was about it. If they've changed any of those, I'd be very, very pleased. But I don't know if they'll have had time. Usually Just Trains do a service pack, I think they call it. Was that my stop board there? Yeah. So yeah, it's a little bit bright, but no, it's fine. I don't mind Leicester. It's looking good. Like I said when I did the last version of this, the Nottingham line one, it's such a step change in to use a railway term, step change in JT's. Oh, lights would be helpful. JT's route build, and it's lovely. You can tell him a bit out of practicing videos. It's driving me nuts. Get my headlights sorted. Right, now we should be good. We're going to get my doors. I don't know if I will because I was out the cab. Yeah, I do get them. So there's bits in the manual about like the requirements, and that's very similar to a lot of the other stuff. I'm not going to go through these too much. TSX procedural flora, that sort of thing. It's quite a nice bit they put in there, so I'll read what it says for you. Because this is actually bitting us in the bum with our route a little bit. It says various effects and techniques have been used in the modelling of Erewash Valley to enhance the realism of the route, including TSX technology for realistic lighting effects. We recommend that the route runs with procedural flora turned off via settings. It tells you how to do that. Due to the high level of detail which has been modelled, it is best to run the route at the highest settings your PC can manage. Settings can always be accessed via the settings, graphics menu and train simulator. It will still run at lower settings, but of course some assets may not be displayed as intended. That's something I'd like to put into our manuals, actually. I'll have it worded slightly differently, but along those lines. We had it with the Cambridge People route. People going, oh, that ground texture doesn't look right. Because of some of the new ways we did shaders on some of the stations and some of the ground textures and stuff, if you weren't running TSX, it just didn't display them. So it made it look like the route was incomplete when it wasn't. So we actually had quite a few support tickets, but every time we said, turn TSX back on, dynamic lighting back on, you're fine. In fact, it's not called TSX anymore, is it? Is it still called TSX in the graphics menu? I don't know. So we come off. Oh, and it tells you about running 64-bit mode, which is nice as well. So Claycross Junction. Claycross Junction. Where be that? Right, I'm guessing this is going to be Claycross Junction. It's huge. So it's like there's two ways, isn't there? So yeah, new stations at Alfreton, Langley Mill, Ilkeston, and then there's features to look out for. Yeah, Claycross Junction, isn't that? Oh, is that not before Sheffield? Hang on, I think I know where that is. I'm sure I did a scenario up to Claycross Junction in one of the other versions of this route. And now seeing that picture there, I do recognise it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing the new bit. Want it to be as good as the bit they did before. Frame rate wise on this section with the new add-on that's installed, because it sort of does it merges it all together, so it's like an extension to it more than anything. Hitting a pretty solid 30 FPS, can't really moan. I've got mine limited, remember, at 30, so it's up there. So if you've not got your frames limited and you're on a similar setup to me, you'll be running higher frame rate. You should be fine. A couple little drops to 21 every now and again. Nothing major on this section. Let's see what it's like when we get to the new section. But so far, absolutely fine. Oh, I could have gone up to 120 there and I didn't. Always bugs me that it looks like the wheels are turning backwards on this thing. So, like I said in the last couple of videos about this area isn't Leicester, I kind of know, only going through there like on the train, but The rest of this area isn't really up my neck of the woods. Haven't been there that often at all. But actually, one of the guys on our dev team is from Alfreton, so he will be very excited to see this, and I'm sure he'll tell me what he thinks when he sees it as well. I thought Sheffield quite a lot. I say that. Oh, my mate went to uni in Sheffield. Oh, I got a cramp in my leg there. My mate went to uni in Sheffield, so I spent quite a lot of time in Sheffield, and I used to go sort of, if I went by train, which wasn't that often, I'd go up to Doncaster and across, just because that was easier for us. So I think, was this the place, one of you guys will know, was this the place that had the self-discharging train? That poor bloke died when a 222, the boom swung out over the track, didn't it, and a 222 hit it. I think that's there. Did he die, or did he get real, like, severely injured? Horrible. But I'm pretty sure that's that bit there. I'll accelerate up to 120 here, but I'm going via Loughborough platform 1 in like 2 miles, so I won't be up at 120 for long, if we even make it to 120. And I think that's the highest speed on the Midland Main Line, is it? I don't think is there a 125 section? There might be. I'm sure there probably is. Yeah, there we go, 125. So I can go through Loughborough platform 1 at 120. Cool. It's got to be one of the highest speeds going through a platform, like actual with a platform, isn't it? There's not many points on the network where you've got sort of 120, 125 mile an hour running right next to platforms. Northallerton, I think, is one. Can't think of many others. Right, while we're still on this bit, let's have a look at scenarioes. So I think there was 16, it said. 16 payware, and then including additional payware stock, and 16 freeware. Well, not freeware, but using default stock. I salute JT for doing this. I really do. Like I've said before, it's really not our way of doing it. We wouldn't be putting that many scenarios out for an initial release. But yeah, they've got us a good few in there. $110. I do like a Meridian. They're incredibly similar to Voyagers in many, many ways, but they seem I think it's the way the interiors were done. I always found a little bit more comfortable than Voyagers. And I mean, I know people really dislike Voyagers for the fact that they vibrate a lot and they're not the nicest smelling of things, but they're just massively overcrowded most of the time. They're not my first choice of train to get on. But a Meridian I've always felt is slightly higher calibre than a Voyager. I don't know if that's just a weird sort of perception, or it just always seems to be slightly better quality than a Voyager. And just being a Wednesday, I've got a stream later on, but it's been a mad day for release again. It looks like we've got a patch for the West Coast Mainline South due out at some point this evening as well, from DTG. That'd be nice to see. And also, we'll be showing off the latest version of the East Coast Mainline merge on stream later on as well, which I am buzzing for, I won't lie. I'm guessing that 30 is when we're going to be diverted over. Right. Was this that junction that I thought it was? Oh God, that's red. Oops. Oh, come on, stop and get backed up quickly. I've done everything bar throwing out the anchors. Let's do that quick. And let's get backed up so we get out of the way quickly. If the scenario now breaks, it's my fault. It's been a long time since I've done a Spad and a first look video, I think. Has it? Probably hasn't been at all. It's probably been like one video where I haven't. Instrument lights for this are down here, so we'll just get those on as well. Just lucky we didn't hit any points, thankfully. And it's still red, so it's gone green. Bit of an overlap with sounds there. I don't know if I've just broken that scenario or not. There's a distinct possibility I have. There's nothing around. It's a complex old bit, this, isn't it? There's a lot going on. So I'm going to hazard a guess here and say we are now on that junction, because I think that junction, this one, no, don't know what one that is. Maybe that's the R junction. God, there's loads of bits to look through. Oh, regardless if this is the new bit or not, I haven't been down here yet. This is cool. I like that. And then you can go. Yeah, Titan Centre down, Erewash fast. The Toten was, I think, one of the largest. Yeah, because it's all disused here now, isn't it? It's the wagons on one side and locos on the other. One of the largest yards in Britain at one point, wasn't it? It's where all the 60s are now. So there's a hill up here. Oh look, I think they've put some spotters inlet. Yeah, I think they've definitely put some spotters inlet. Having a look over, you always quite see some like madly zoomed in photos, didn't you, of Toten? Cool. I like having it in. This wasn't in the Erewash bit, I don't think. I think this was in the bit before, I think. This is in the DNL bit. Was in, yeah, was it DNL? But I'm looking at that anyway. Yeah, cool. Like that. Look forward to doing some runs out of there. I do see there's a distinct lack of the 60. I thought they'd have used that, it being a JT product. A new 60 would be lovely. If I had the resources at the moment, I'd be pumping them into a new 60. It's not something we can do at the minute. Oh, what's that bit? That looks quite cool. Quick, Dave, somebody's died. Don't mill. Slight issue with the smoke on that, but not saying that's an issue, really. Need Dib now to come and patch up that chimney. Liking this sort of track to the sides. That's sort of like a disused track now, I'm taking it. Next to the canal. Have to do canal inspections for Pete. If we don't do canal inspections, I get told off. It's not the speed off. So he's got locks in there, Pete. Ooh. I should really start looking at, yeah, so that is the M1 motorway bridge. So the junction we came off of was Trowell Junction. We've passed Totens. This is the M1. Oh no, was that the M1? Oh, I'm confused. Looks similar. I didn't keep up. See, this is as much as I like manuals that give you like these sort of nice little points and that. I always think it helps to know the route a bit in real life. As daft as that sounds, in my head it just makes me sort of get confused. But I'm easily confused anyway. It's nothing new. Nothing new. So this is Trail Junction. So that's Trail Junction North. So that'll be the Erewash Canal. Was that what we've just been beside? Erewash Canal. It's not too far off. And there's this Armstrong Mill. I think some of the pictures for the manual have been taken before the scenery around it's been finished. Which is a bit odd. So Armstrong Mill, there's a powerhouse of activity in there. Right, the stadium is Ilkeston Town Football Club. Has a distinctive footballer-shaped weather vane on top of its large clock tower. Now, if they've mentioned that in the manual, I'm guessing it's on here. They do have a large football-shaped weather vane. Reminds me slightly of the Jordan logo. There you go. For those of you that like football, football stuff. Nice bit of graffiti there on the walls. I want to try and get graffiti to look pretty decent in TS. That is a place I like to explore. This bit looks cool. Yep, I like that. I don't know what that went to or where that went to, but I like it. I think places like that on the network, like little disused bits and sort of shut off bits, gated off and ripped up, and bits of weird signalling left and all sorts. Just amazingly charming. Oh, 65 limit. That was really silly, Al. You knew that was coming up as well. You're literally looking at it. They've done a good job. I'm enjoying the run. It's nice to be somewhere new. So this will be Langley Mill. Let's find the little blurb for Langley Mill, because there is a blurb for it. Alright, opened 1847. I think it was the passenger numbers. Passenger numbers from 2018 to 2019 was 93,078. We're not actually stopping there, mind you. So this is Langley Mill. See, that's nice. But if you look at it in the picture on the manual, it doesn't look great. So it's nice to see it all sort of finished and in. JT Sports, Harrison, Walker, Stetton, Ford. I can see I've tried to make Tom a bit more ginger, but not quite there. That's good. I like that. I like that a lot. What's on the other side? The orange there. Oh, steps up. They've done a good job with these again. Really, really impressed with the stations again. Really impressed with the stations again. I'm going to try and grab the screenshot for this at Alfreton, I think. Pye Bridge. I've heard that being spoken about before. It's weird, isn't it, when it's somebody's local line that you've never been on, but you kind of know loads of little bits of it without knowing the actual route at all. It's pretty mad. It's pretty mad. I didn't know it was the second. What did it say? The second busiest freight line in the country. In the West Midlands, sorry. The Midlands, West Midlands. What did it say? I'll have to go back and have a look. I don't want to misquote it. It's the second busiest freight line in the East Midlands, sorry. Oh, and I've done it again, not looked at speed limits and not gone down. I've been sorting out so many emails and phone calls and stuff the past couple of days. I haven't driven TS since my last stream, which was Sunday. And that was an eventful one, that one. I don't really remember the end of it. That's what you get for cider tasting during a stream. Don't recommend it. I was fine the night. The next day was pretty rotten. Monday morning was not good. Another sort of fenced off bits like those. Well, yeah, it'd be good to do like a 158. Yeah, I might do a 158 on stream with this later, to be fair. Did we go through Ilkeston? Yeah, we did go through Ilkeston, didn't we? I didn't show you the platform there, though. That was a bit silly of me. This is us at Alfreton. Do you know, it really would do them justice, JT, to get some new foliage. I know Mark wants it, but it really would do them some good. They deserve it. Putting in this much effort and detail with everything, I think JT needs to let them have a little bit of money to go and get some new foliage done. It isn't cheap, trust me, foliage is not cheap. Loving the interior of these tunnels as well. Quite a few of these just sort of CCTV cameras. Be interesting to see them on the route as well. I know there's quite a lot, especially the railway near mine is very CCTV covered due to the risk of one-unders, but I don't know if that's what they're for here or not. Let me try and get a shot with the Alfreton sign in it. Let's go for something a little bit more detailed. I've just realised we did that and I didn't actually show you around the station, did I? I swear like I've had a drink, but I haven't. I'm just all over the place today. It's awful. Right, so Alfreton, there you go. We're stopping at Chesterfield and then Sheffield. So we'll probably stop the video at Chesterfield because then we've seen the new bit. And then I haven't been whittling on for too long, and you guys can go and decide whether you want to buy it or not yourselves. For me, the price is really good, $12.99, no issue with that whatsoever. It is just a shortish section that sort of adds in. So yeah, if you want it, you can add it. If you don't want it, you don't have to add it. It doesn't really affect the playability of the rest of the route. It only adds to it, which is a bonus. Offers you up those diversionary bits. Offers you up the freight. There being loads of freight. I'd have to have a look and see what freight runs down here massively myself, but it's a lot of scenario potential for $12.99, and considering there's loads of scenarios included as well, it's cheap. It's cheap. And they've done a good job again. It's really nicely detailed. It's running perfectly fine. Bar the odd frame rate drop when your tiles start in, but that's going to happen anyway. My only gripe is that the pictures in the manual aren't up to date. That is literally my only thing. It's really nice, and those people that know this area will really enjoy it. And again, the assets are nice. The way the route's been built's been done decently. The things that let it down again are just JT foliage, and the way the lighting is, which is an issue across all JT routes. So compared to the last bit they did that I reviewed the other week, it's a very worthy successor. It's no massive jump in quality or detail or anything like that. It is exactly the same for me in those terms as the last section they did, which is good. It shows a bit of consistency. do I recommend it? If you like the Midland mainline stuff and you've got the rest of it, I don't see why not for 12 quid. Was that 4 pints? 4 pints a packet of peanuts, if you're lucky in Cambridge. And it should just mean that we get another good section to run some good heavy freight locos on. One of them on here is a oil train, so with the new 60 and an oil train, geez, I'd be in heaven. I'd even drive with the old 60, to be fair. I know it's broken, but I still will drive it. I don't know why I'm dawdling and waffling. Considering how green the route is and how much foliage there is around, they've done well with the frames this time round. I can see they've used some 2D quite close to the track and stuff, but I see no issue with that whatsoever. Because if this was just... I did it again, I don't think I've hit one speed limit correctly this video. If you had all of those trees as 3D, yeah, you'd be... eating frames. So I wonder how much... Do one of you guys know? Answer me in the comments, right? So if you take that diversionary bit that takes you around, how much slower is it than coming the direct way? So yeah, I recommend this wholeheartedly. No issue with it whatsoever. Is what it is. It's really good to see the guys at JT pull this sort of level of stuff out, and as quick as they have with this as well. It's not been long since their last release, so there's been some hefty work gone into this, speed-wise. I can see where they've compromised on the trees. Very justified. It doesn't look rushed considering how quick this has been. No, well done. I am enjoying the drive of it. I'm not sure if there is a couple of bumpy bits of track, or that's just the meridian. I'm not sure. I've noticed a few bits where it's been a bit wobbly, but could well and truly be the 222. And Chesterfield's got his twisty spire. Just thought I hadn't stopped for a station yet, and the brakes on this are not brilliant. So coming in at 40 mile an hour was probably not wise. We should be alright, to be fair. If anything, I'm going to have to come off the brake. The 8 stops at the end here. Right, this is where I'm going to leave the video. Do I recommend this? Yes, go and get it. If it's up your street and you liked what came out before, definitely go and enjoy it. It's a nice run, that. A really nice run, that. Adds a little bit of variety into it. I'm looking forward to doing some nice 66s on there, and whatever else I can get out of it, really. 68s, trying to think what else might go through that way. Mainly 66s, I would guess. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. So well done to them. Alright, guys, thank you very much for watching. Please feel free to like, share and subscribe. Heading over to AlanThompsonSim.com for all your up-to-date latest and greatest train sim needs. Heading over to Twitch on a Sunday and Wednesday from 7 PM for an adult-themed, enjoyable pub-style atmosphere talk about trains. And head over to the Facebook group for some sort of all types of simulation, as well as real world talking about trains and things like that. Once again, guys, thanks ever so much. I'll catch you next time.